I'm Representative Brian Green, and for the last 2 years it's been my privilege to represent you and your family in Utah's legislature. I want you to know that my commitment to District 57 is as strong as ever.
I've sure enjoyed working with Representative Brian Green here in the state legislature. I got to know him even before the election, and I was very much impressed with his steadfastness in preserving our individual rights.
I fully enjoy working with Representative Green. He's been an extraordinary conservative voice for the state of Utah. He represents our conservative principles in an outstanding fashion.
I've really enjoyed working with Brian when he has brought forth some of his constitutionally principled bills. It's been really good to get back to basics, and I think Brian is a leader in the group on a lot of those issues.
He's worked hard to represent the people of Pleasant Grove and the rest of his district, and he is focused on the issues that are important to our state. He's a great person to talk to about the issues, and he's also one who's really willing to listen and helps the rest of us learn his perspective in a real and meaningful way.
I had the opportunity and the pleasure to be serving as his mentor. I didn't have to mentor him very much at all. When it comes to Second Amendment issues, I've always been called a gun guy, but when I leave, I'd like to pass that baton on to Brian.
He's not afraid to speak out, and even if it's not popular, and I very much appreciate that.
When Brian Green stands up to speak, we all listen. He's great on the debate and wonderful on bringing his message out to the people and to the body. He's very persuasive.
He wants to make it easier for businesses. He's very pro-business, and I think he does a great job.
I'm impressed by his thoroughness. I'm impressed by his core principles that he's true to.
That he not only took the oath, but he has kept that oath.
Representative Brian Green cares for the state of Utah, does his very best to represent and do what would be right for our wonderful state.
I think I could easily say that I stand with Brian Green. However, I think it would be more accurate to say that Brian Green stands with us.
Brian's heart's in the right place. He's not afraid to ask hard questions and challenge the status quo.
We work on a lot of issues together. Representative Green is a powerful lawmaker, and he represents his district well.
It's incredible to have someone like Brian Green that understands that unless states understand their jurisdiction and stand up and act like states, we're going to continue to get more regulation, more burden from the federal government that impacts negatively our ability to conduct business, educate our children, take care of our lands. And it's been a real pleasure to have someone like Brian up that understands those things and is willing to fight for them.
When I first ran for this office 2 years ago, I made some specific promises to you and to your neighbors. And as I come before you 2 years later to ask for your vote again, I can proudly and confidently say that I have kept those promises. I'm excited for the opportunity to continue as your representative for the next 2 years. With your support, we can continue to provide effective and steady leadership to the people of District 57.